In this video, I show you how I made this layout as a Scraplift challenge from the Scrap Academy UK, and it was way harder than I thought it would be. Let's get into it. Hello everyone, this is Steffi from Little Steffi Big World. So, I am part of the Scrap Academy UK. I'm taking part in that Facebook group, and they had a Scraplift challenge in 2020. So I'm just looking on my phone the layout of that Scraplift, and I'm choosing the elements that I need: vellum, a doily, some clips, the stickers, and I'm going to choose some papers now as well. So I'm going for a light green, dark green, blue and brown, because these are the colors that are in the picture. In that original layout, it's all like black and white and gray, and there's just a few little pink and yellow accents. And I thought, yeah, I want to use this picture. So this is from a statue of the lady working for peace in the world, which we saw in Stockholm in Sweden on our Northern Europe trip. And it really spoke to me. It was really something emotional about this statue somehow. So I chose this, and this is already the first difference to this original layout, because I'm just choosing one picture instead of two. Now I've just stamped this little bird and fussy cutted it, and then I wanted to throw away the scraps, but I'm actually using it. I'm punching out 5 stars. So it's again the rule of uneven numbers. So I have 5 stars here. So I'm using these instead of the splatters that you can see in the original layout. So I'm just deciding on where everything should go, and there is this yellow bow at the very top, and it's more dimensional. So what I'm doing, I'm folding that brown stripe back and forth, so I have kind of a fan there. So it opens like, yeah, it just gives it dimension. I just had the idea like, yeah, let's try it. So I'm just putting some foam dots, like really small ones, like they're just like 1 millimeter high, to give the bird and the stars a little bit of dimension. The whole layout doesn't have too much dimension because I'm not putting foam pads on the doily, for example, and things like this. So I'm outlining the stripes that go on the right side of this layout, because at that point, while doing this whole album, I wasn't going to do any stitching. Only like later on, like when I was nearly finished with all the 150 layouts, I went to my friend's house to get the stitching. But I also got the stitching on this layout, but at the point where I scrap lifted this, I didn't do any of that. So of course I have to use some washi tape instead of paper stripes, so that's gonna be part of the cluster at the top. And then I have a second washi tape which I want to use at the bottom, even though that's not part of the original layout. So I'm changing it quite a bit. I think throughout doing that layout I actually forgot about the original post. So I'm actually using the last bit of that washi tape. So because there was some of the cardboard on it, I have to use some glue to get it sticky again, so I can put it at the very bottom there, because a little bit of gold at the very bottom of that dress from the lady. So I've chosen these golden puffy letters, and I want to form the word peace at the side where the title goes, but I have to glue everything down. But instead of using my glue stick, I'm using double-sided tape on the doily, so I have a little bit of a gap in between where I'm gonna be doing the cluster that's going in between the background and the doily, then between the doily and the vellum, and then in between the vellum and the actual picture, which I've put on white cardstock and put a clip on it, because the clip was also part of the original post. So this is the first whichever layout I've used vellum on. I have a couple of 12 by 12 sheets of vellum in my stash because I bought like loads and loads of papers from someone off eBay, and that was part of that, and I didn't know what to do. So throughout this challenge I used some new materials, and I really like the softness of the vellum. So here I'm stamping the word mindful from my Studio Light stamps, and I don't know exactly where I want to use them because there are some word stickers in the original post. In the end I'm deciding to fussy cut it, and it takes awfully long to fussy cut this word, you know, with this font, with this cursive font. It was quite the pain to do it, but yeah, this gives you an idea of how much fussy cutting I did throughout the whole album, and that's why I don't mind it anymore now after I've done them. So at first I wanted to use it as part of these word stickers, but then I'm putting them in that cluster that goes in behind the pictures, so it's also a little bit hard to glue it down, but yeah, I think it looks really nice there. It's there, so it says Mindful Discoveries. So now I'm putting the title there. So as I said, it's the word peace. And I'm just trying to get the positions right. I don't want it to be over the picture as it's actually in the original post, but also not too far to the right. So now I'm using some golden string to put it in behind that bird, because there's also some yarn and things like this in the original post, and I saw some scrapbookers do this, but I wasn't convinced. It's just a teeny tiny detail because I'm cutting the yarn very short in the end. I'm using some washi tape to adhere it to the bird, and in the end you can almost, you know, not see it. It's just a teeny tiny detail, but I wanted to just try how it goes, and then in the end I decided to make it part of that upper cluster there next to the washi tape as well. So yeah, I'm just putting everything down and then also gluing the string, so it's gonna be loose, so it's just gonna hang there next to the washi tape, and I just put some washi tape at the back of the layout, and yeah, it's just a little bit of dimension. Just putting some liquid glue on it. I had a little bit of a hard time to glue this down so it stays in place, but it actually looks really nice. So yeah, in the end I did some stitching and I did some journaling on the layouts, and I hope you enjoyed this. Normally a scrapbook is not that hard, but this one somehow was. But in the end I really like how it turned out. So the next thing I'm going to show you is the third album of my Northern Europe trip album. So please subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and you stay safe and scrapbook on. Take care and bye bye.